All right, we got some meat and we want it hot. That's what we're going to try to do.
We're going to try.
Right? We're going to try. I don't know. I played around with some spicy capicola and stuff like that, and it's always picked up a little bit of the heat, but it's never been like, woo, spicy. So we're going to see if that's even within the realm of possibility today. So garlic and spice, right?
Fingers crossed.
Heat. Here we go. All right. So we are preparing to mix up our cure here. We've got several ingredients. So we have 0.25%, and that's based on the weight of the meat, and that's cure number 2, or the Prague Powder number 2, the sodium nitrate. We've got 3% of kosher salt. We have 1% of garlic powder. There is 1% of just white sugar, 0.25% of crushed red pepper flakes. There is 6% of the garlic chili paste that we're going to wind up mixing this into here. And we have 0.25% of cayenne pepper, which is, this was this acid rain one that I had in my pantry. So yeah, I've got this all mixed up nicely here. And I think we're gonna go ahead and
get it on some meat.
Let's get that onto some meat. The chili paste here, we're gonna try something a little different. All right, we have, this is a half pork loin here. It has a nice little fat cap on it, which is pretty exciting. Should result in some awesome charcuterie. So let's go ahead and give it a fun sprinkle here. Ooh. We could go ahead and mix the chili garlic paste. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Like I got it in my eye. Right onto this now, but we thought that this might. We're dying. We need masks.
This better be hot.
Yeah. We thought that this might be just a little bit easier to get into the vacuum bag here in a minute. So I'm glad nobody can see me pinching my nose so that I don't sneeze. I still have a bunch more of this stuff, yeah? Go.
There you go.
Nothing like an aggressive pour. All right, there. I'm just putting it all in and I'm running away.
Oh my goodness.
All right, perfect. So we're getting that all finished up. We'll pull over the, get the vacuum bag ready to go here. Okay, so we have our vacuum bag, and we're just gonna slide this, yeah, right into here.
Wait.
Yep. And now, we're gonna get the rest of that cure into here. Okay, so now I think it's shake and bake number 1. Let's go get some of that. Yeah, here we go. Experiment with the sauce. I'm still sniffing. Oh my. Beautiful. Okay, now to find out if we're going to be upset with ourselves or not. So we have an additional 90 grams.
That should bring up to 9% of this paste.
We're getting it down on that side that was just kind of missing some. And we'll just try to run it down the slope. That did it. Oh, that was the perfect amount. And then that got it so that we got it all along the bottom end there too. Okay, perfect. To the vacuum sealer. Okay, now we're not going to get a true vacuum on this, not that that's a big deal at all, just because of the fact we have all this liquid in here. So we'll get 2 seals on this here, and we're gonna write down what this is. I don't know what we're gonna call it. Hot meat, maybe. We'll get the date on here as well, and then it's going to hit the fridge for at least a month. I'd like to get anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks here, just for maximum penetration of all of this, all this hotness. Okay, I wound up giving this hot meat just about 7 weeks here, because of our collective schedules. Again, the nice thing about this equalization curing is that you're not worried about over curing with time because we've got that salinity and everything. Oh, it's just like goo in here. Okay, time to get this rinsed off. And just using some cold water here, kind of just rinsing this off. Probably try and get most of these little chili flakes off of here too. Just the idea is trying to eliminate stuff that might create possibility for some air pockets when this is wrapped up and in the curing chamber. Just doing everything we can to eliminate mold growth underneath, just because if it's undesirable mold, so that's not cool. So here we are. All right, so here we go, all nicely rinsed off. We're gonna give this a spritz down here with some potassium sorbate, again, with the intention of reducing potential nasties growing on the inside. Ooh, work it. Nice.
It's a bit of a rougher cut, so
yeah,
I'm trying to soak this one.
A little bit of a little slice there. We're going to be wrapping this in a pasted hog skin here, and that's going to help just restrict or slow down the weight loss there with the water. And we're going to also just crimp it here with some 1/2-inch hog rings, like so, one on each side.
They're excited too.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, and as always, our favorite part of the process,
Boo.
the netting. You'll notice you already took a blast in the face.
Cold acidic blast right in the eye.
Yeah, just what you were after. Okay.
Favorite part of the whole process.
Indeed. All right, so now just attempting to slide that up nicely. Ooh, okay, I'm glad I turned away from that. Here we are. Now, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to try to remember, there it is. Little sausage pricker here, and give this some nice little pokes just to help prevent air pockets from developing. Ooh, multitasking here. Oh, you gonna do it?
I'll try.
Yeah, we're gonna crimp.
Way harder with wet hands.
Yeah, give your wrist a couple of pokes while we're at it. Yeah, it is definitely harder to operate those pliers. Just slip and slide around. Perfect. And a couple more little pokes. And now we're going to give this a weighing so that we know our pre-weight loss and then easily calculate our target weight. So on here, we've got this labeled. So we have our original weight, we have our target weight, we know what the product is and when we tossed it in here. And it is time to get it in the curing chamber, which is set at 53 Fahrenheit and 72% relative humidity. Just gonna hang it right back there. Make sure that's out of the way. Sweet. There's a lot of meat going in here today. All right, there we are. This hot meat here has hit its target weight loss, so I'm pulling it out of the curing chamber. It's been 3 months since I threw this in the curing chamber. Being that target weight, I find with this size of meat, it's usually around 3 months in my chamber. Now I'm peeling off that netting. I've got some vacuum bags here. So I'm going to vacuum seal this, and it's going to sit for probably at least a month, maybe a little bit longer, refrigerated. Even with that higher relative humidity in the curing chamber, it's still always a little bit drier on the exterior of the meat than the inside. This will give it a great opportunity for that to completely equalize, just resulting in a somewhat better texture in the meat and a greater aesthetic appearance once you have it sliced. If you're needing a vacuum sealer, I've got some great options in the video description from Amazon. You can pick that up really easily. After nearly 2 months of equalization, it is time to test out this hot meat. So I'm just going to cut open the bag. I'm going to be careful with how I'm doing that because I'll be able to reuse this after I slice off what I want to have today. Just like that. Now, of course, I still have that casing on here. So just using my knife, I'm going to cut off the end and peel this off. Whew. Just like that. So you got that nice little fat cap on there. Now let's see how this turned out. I'm going to slice it in half. Oh yeah! Look at the fat running through this. This is delightful. What an awesome pork loin. Okay, let's rip this off in the slicer. So I'm going to be slicing this up here on my Evanco SL10 meat slicer. A person doesn't have to have a swanky meat slicer like this in order to make this charcuterie, but it certainly does make slicing it up a lot of fun. Let's blast off a bunch of slices here. Oh, so excited about the fat that's running through there. Just gonna melt in my mouth. Mmm. To be honest, I'm almost more excited about how that pork loin had all that fat running through it than I am about the heat that's in it. There's certainly heat. I've tried like a spicy pork tenderloin before. This one here isn't like punching you in the face with the heat there, but there absolutely is some. And as I'm talking now, it is sort of creeping and climbing up. It does have a nice amount of fat in that pork that's kind of cutting through it. Perhaps if there was a little bit less in there, it wouldn't have that really quite to balance it out as much. But that is absolutely delightful. I'm gonna try some more. So I'm going to say that the quest for some really spicy charcuterie is going to continue. However, this is nice, sort of like a mild to medium heat that I got out of this. Next time I'm gonna crank it up with something even spicier, but absolutely delightful. It's going to go great with the raclette that I'm having for dinner tonight, and give it a whirl. So until next time, keep it at 11.